Welcome to Global Incident Report, the only place on YouTube where the headlines are weirder than your search history and the truth is definitely stranger than fiction. Now, we've all seen robots doing incredible things. They're learning how to fold laundry or pull off backflips in multi-million-dollar testing facilities, and then there's Edward. Out here in the real world, Poland Street, dealing with the unpredictable chaos of urban wildlife. Meet Edward Warchocki. He's a humanoid robot currently living his best life in Warsaw, Poland. But while other robots are stuck in multi-million-dollar labs being productive, Edward is out here in the real world, picking fights with the local wildlife. Cut to viral clip of Edward chasing a group of wild boars near the roadside. This is Edward, literally herding a pack of wild boars like he's some kind of metallic cowboy. Look at this. This isn't a simulation, this is total porcine panic. Edward just strolls up like he owns the street, and the boars are absolutely not having it. They retreat like they've just seen a ghost in the machine. Now, this encounter was actually a promotional stunt, but it gives us a hilarious glimpse into our tech-heavy future. Forget the usual high-tech labs or polished showroom floors. Edward decided the true test of his hardware was a classic street brawl with a local gang of forest dwellers. And honestly, he might be the future of security. And dare I say, he passed. So, to any potential troublemakers out there, consider this your formal notice. Edward is now on patrol. He does not negotiate. He does not hesitate. And most importantly, he does not accept bribes. Now then, what are your thoughts? Would you trust Edward to patrol your neighborhood? Or would you, like the boars, choose immediate and enthusiastic retreat? And more importantly, what do you think of Edward on our street? You can't outrun a horse. Horse racing purse snatcher. In New York City, a high-speed chase usually involves sirens, tires screeching, and maybe a helicopter. But on the Upper West Side this week? We went full 1800s. We're talking real-deal horsepower. Look at this. This isn't a movie set, this is 72nd Street. A suspect grabbed a purse from an older woman and thought she could make a quick getaway through the traffic. Big mistake. She didn't realize she was being pursued by a stallion named Kelly and an officer who clearly has a Wild West soul. The suspect is darting under scaffolding and zigzagging between cars, but Kelly the horse is right on her heels. Imagine looking over your shoulder and seeing 1,200 pounds of muscle galloping at you. The suspect later told police she only ran because she was terrified of the horse. Yeah, no kidding. That's a giant four-legged siren. Now, as impressive as Officer Kelly was, can you imagine if our buddy Edward Warchocki was the one on the scene? If Edward can scatter a gang of wild boars in Warsaw, imagine him on the streets of Manhattan. Edward would be stomping down the sidewalk, mustache flying in the wind, shouting, "Stay right there," in his robotic Polish accent. Between a massive police horse and a relentless humanoid robot, a purse snatcher wouldn't stand a chance. With Edward on the case, he wouldn't even need to gallop. He'd just calculate the thief's escape route, intercept her at the next corner, and probably hand her a ticket for illegal running. The purse was recovered, the suspect was arrested, and Kelly the horse is officially the coolest cop in the city. Huge win for the good guys, and the horses. He only wore sneakers. The naked burglar caught by drones. Usually, when we talk about burglars, we're talking about people in masks and black hoodies. But today? We're going to Centerville, Virginia, for a story that gives birthday suit a whole new meaning. Meet the London town streaker. Police say this 21-year-old was spotted on home cameras for weeks trying to break into houses. The catch? He was wearing sneakers, a head covering, and absolutely nothing else. No pants, no shirt, just vibes and cardio. The police had enough. They set up a massive stakeout with hidden cameras, K9 units, and drones. At 5 a.m., our suspect walked out of his house for his morning stroll, fully nude, and the chase was on. It was like a high-stakes version of National Geographic, but with more paperwork. The drones captured everything as he circled the block before getting cornered. But you have to wonder, what if our favorite Polish powerhouse, Edward Warchocki, was the one on the scene? Can you imagine? Edward is used to chasing wild boars in Warsaw. Seeing a naked man running down the street would be just another Tuesday for him. Edward would have intercepted him at the corner, looked him up and down with those robotic sensors, and said, "Sir, your hardware is showing, and it is not an upgrade." Edward doesn't get flustered by a lack of clothing. He'd probably try to scan for a barcode and, finding none, he'd just herd him right into the back of the patrol car. Great job to the Fairfax County Police for finally putting some pants on this situation. Bucket truck hero. Wait, where was Edward? We usually talk about robots, but today we're talking about real-life superheroes with even better reflexes than a CPU. We're heading to Phoenix, Arizona, for a save so close it'll make your circuits short-circuit. Look at this little speedster. This toddler broke free and decided to test their 40-yard dash right toward a busy intersection. One APS worker tried to help, but got blocked by a gate. It was looking tense, like a movie trailer but way scarier. Boom! Out of nowhere, a legend jumps out of a bucket truck and scoops the kid up just seconds before they hit the asphalt. That's not a worker, that's a ninja in a neon vest. Now, look, we love our human heroes. But can you imagine if our buddy Edward Warchocki was on patrol that day? If Edward can handle a gang of angry wild boars in Poland, a 20-pound toddler would have been in safe, cold, metallic hands in no time. Edward would have intercepted that kid, calculated the trajectory, and probably offered them a juice box, or at least told them to go away, in Polish. With Edward on the street, that kid would be in the safest hands in the zip code. No gate would stop him, he'd probably just stomp right through it. Huge shout out to the Arizona crew for keeping our tiny humans safe. But seriously, if we combine bucket truck ninjas with boar-chasing robots? The streets will finally be toddler-proof. Thanks for hanging out with us. You guys are awesome for sticking around. If you think this news was absolutely exciting, hit subscribe and tell us what you think in the comments. Seriously, stay connected so you're the first to know when the weirdest news takes over. Until then, keep smiling. Life is weird, but it's better when we're laughing about it together. See you in the next one.